Hello, and welcome back to the Pure Nintendo podcast. This is your weekly dose of all things Nintendo. My name is Jemma, and joining me this week, I have the one and only Trev. How are you, Trev?
Hey, Jemma. Hey, guys. I am okay. Hope you're doing okay as well.
Yeah, doing all right. Kirk is off this week. He's got a lot of things happening with his family, good things. So hope he's having a good weekend. We'll see you
Did we
next
double
week.
check and make sure there's no wrestling on this weekend?
Do you think it
Because
was
that
just
could
an
have been a cover story.
Yeah, well, when we get to our talk about Big Walk, we can mention wrestling because I could hear it in the background when we're talking about. But that's cool. That's cool. I love that. We have a lot to cover today, though. So we've got an update from Nintendo on physical, the whole physical versus digital thing. A creator's voice to talk about. Orbitals. Looking forward to that one. Bit of an update on Elder Scrolls, an indie publishing company that is closing, as well as Kirk's Corner. We're going to rebrand it again this week as Trev's Treasures and Gems, since Kirk is away, plus the games we're playing. But I want to kick things off with an announcement because this week, on Saturday, the 22nd of August, I am going to be representing Pure Nintendo at Comics by the Creek, which is a kind of marketplace event in my hometown of Brisbane. Albion is a suburb, to be precise. And I'll be it's perfect timing because our magazine has gone to print. Our subscribers will be getting their issue mailed to them. I'm going to have a few extras in my that I'm printing locally, and I'll be selling them at this marketplace. So come along and say hi. I'm going to have a TV there as well, so I'm going to try to organize some kind of Mario Kart event, like a race or something, and maybe we can do a competition. So we'll see how we go with that. But definitely come down, say hello, check out all the other stuff that's there as well. There'll be heaps of other vendors. There's obviously lots of comics. It's mostly comics. Lawrence and the team at the Comic Book Cafe have been very supportive and hosting me there as well. So thank you to them. Great little place there where you can get coffee and a comic, which is awesome. If you're into comics, I have a huge selection. There's even a Zelda one, Trav, which I've eyed off many times that I want to buy. Did you
Oh,
know there's a Zelda
wow.
comic?
Well, I knew they were, what do you call them? Manga? Is
Yeah.
that like a comic? I don't
It's
know.
yeah, what's Japanese comics? Yeah. But
Yeah.
I don't think this is a manga, but they do have, well, I say manga, I don't know, maybe I say it wrong, but they do have manga at the
Oh,
comic
I'm
book
probably saying it wrong because I don't really read them. But
Yeah.
I
Anyway,
remember when
very
I was
cool.
a kid, Nintendo Power magazine had quite a few Zelda comics, like when A Link to the Past came out.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, very cool. Yes, so come along and say hi, and I'd love to see you there. Yes.
And if you
And
do play Mario Kart with Gemma, make sure to bring your A game because Gemma will
Yes.
get you.
I will do my best. Yeah. I'm thinking of maybe recording the best times and giving the winner a free magazine or something like that. I don't know. We'll see. But
Ah,
yeah, if we pick a track and we do time trials or something like that, we can see how we go with something like that. That could be fun. Yeah. We'll see what
mm.
the vibe is like. But yeah, definitely have something set up there. So looking forward to it. Should be a really good day. Let's move on to the news. And Nintendo has announced that their physical sales are sitting at around 38.5%, which, I mean, A, it's great to have data like this because I feel like we're not getting a lot of that information a lot of the time from the big companies. And 38.5%, it's relatively high. Like it's over a third. It's obviously not, the majority, but considering how digital we are these days, I think that's pretty high. What do you think, Trev? What did that stat say to you?
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. And Nintendo's not a fool. They do operate to the beat of their own drum, but
Mhm.
that's a lot of sales, and they're not gonna, cut them off. So
Yeah.
I know
Yeah.
people were nervous because Sony was saying their numbers are a lot smaller, but
Mhm.
there's a lot of, it's not comparing apples to apples necessarily. There's a lot of nuance that I think is lost in that discussion. And I wouldn't be worried for the immediate future in any case.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I think Nintendo tends to be like Nintendo fans tend to want the physical a bit more. Just I don't know why that is, but especially the first party stuff. Like there's just a lot of collectors, and I think, particularly in Japan, people still really like physical. Like I think I've said before, even when I was in Japan, a couple of years ago, like 2 years ago, they use a lot more cash than we do, at least in Australia. I don't know what the US is like, but there's still a lot of cash floating around in the US? We're just like tap and go here. There's no
Yeah, we
cash.
don't really do a lot. Like, I was in Target the other day and I want to use cash. They're all self like checkouts. There maybe be
Mm,
one
mhm.
person, and I couldn't do it because they stopped the pennies. And they're like, "Oh, we
Ah,
can't do change, so you got to do a card for like a
what?
$6 purchase." I'm like, "Ugh."
Yeah, yeah, see, that wouldn't happen in Japan. They would let you use cash. They're
Mm.
very cash-based. Yeah, I don't wanna go off on a tangent, but I'm not a fan of the self-checkouts. It just feels like robots are serving me.
And half the
Yeah.
time they don't work.
Yeah, I
In my
know.
experience, I end
Yeah.
up calling someone over anyway.
Yes, me too. Don't get me started. Yes, that's
Mm.
really cool to know that, yeah, more than a third of physical sales are physical. So, yeah, I think like you said, it's not going away in the short term, that's for sure. And I think if people
38.5. If they were a baseball player, they'd have the highest batting average in the history of the game.
Is
So
that true?
it is, yeah. I mean, that's
Wow.
not necessarily a good comparison, but
It's a fun comparison. I know very little about baseball, so
oh, yeah, I imagine that's true.
yeah.
What's
What
the
is
equivalent over there? Do they have like a
uh, cricket, I
cricket or
guess? Yeah, cricket. I mean, they play people play baseball. My kids played it at school, but it's not a big sport that's televised, nationwide kind of thing like the other sports are. Cricket in the summer, football, like rugby and AFL in the winter. So, yeah, they're the big sports. There's plenty of other sports, of course, but yeah, anyway. In other news, we mentioned Duskbloods, which is coming out. Is it Duskbloods or Duskblood? I should probably know that. It is coming out next year. Doesn't have a date yet. It's Duskbloods. It's coming out in 2027 for the Switch 2, and there's a testing period, a network testing session that starts this week, actually, on Friday, the 21st of August, and players had to apply. I have heard, well, it's weird. I didn't really get an email, which I thought would be the case, but there was a website you could check on, and it just tells you if you've been accepted, and it said I was. So it looks like I'll be playing. So stay tuned. Next week, I'll be able to actually talk about what that was like. Codes are meant to come out on the 18th of August, which is also this week. And just actually, this podcast will launch on the 17th, right? So yeah, 18th is Tuesday. So if I get a code, I'll be playing this weekend. And it goes all weekend. There's various session times from the 21st right across I think it's about 4 days of testing where you can jump online, play with other players because it is that PvP kind of situation, or PvPvE that we mentioned a few weeks ago. I don't think you were on that episode, Trev, but yeah.
so
Um,
many abbreviations?
I know, I know. I hate acronyms. I work in separately to Pure Nintendo. I do web design, and I work in an agency where they spout a lot of acronyms, and it annoys me to no end because people don't know what they mean unless you're in the work environment. Anyway, again, I don't want to go off on a tangent, but since you are on this week's show, Trev, and we didn't have your opinion last time, what do you think of Duskbloods?
Not my type of game from the looks of it,
Mm.
but I imagine you and Kirk probably would be into this sort of theme.
Well,
Is it vampires?
it
Like
is
being powered by
vampires.
blood? Yeah,
Yes.
I know you mentioned you like that. So
Yeah, too. Yeah, I just didn't realize until kind of recently that when this whole thing was happening that it was the PvP situation. I assumed it was like a third person or a first person kind of adventure game, but it looks like it's, yeah, online multiplayer kind of action. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah. I'll definitely report back next week and let everyone know how that went and what my thoughts are. Yeah. It should be fun at least to try it out and, yeah, see what happens. Moving on, we have Creator's Voice. So Nintendo has these videos on their YouTube channel occasionally where they're called a Creator's Voice series, and it's the creators of a game, like the developers, talking about an upcoming game usually. In this case, the game is Orbitals, which is coming out on the 3rd of September. We did see it, I think, was it in a direct a while ago, wasn't it? This one, like an indie
yeah,
direct or something. Yeah. And we both watched it. Trevor and I both watched this video. It's only about 1.5 minutes long, and it's got the developers talking about the game and kind of the style in particular, because it is very much based on 80s anime. It's hand drawn animated look to it with cell shading and using that really traditional style. I thought this was really neat. What did you think about this, Trev? Did you get a lot out of
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know if I'd say I got a lot out of it.
it? Yeah.
Um, because we've seen, more of the game in
Mhm.
prior trailers, direct, whatnot. But the thing that really struck me was just the enthusiasm
Yeah.
when they were talking. Because ideally, all game makers are also, game players, you'd hope, right? But that's not always the
Mm.
case.
Mhm.
And yeah, I like seeing the excitement, seeing it on his face, hearing it in his voice, and and I'm not even really what I'd call an anime fan, but I am a fan of the '80s, and I was
Yeah.
a little kid, really little, but I like that decade, and yeah, I'm kind of interested in seeing how the game turns out. I was already a little interested.
Mm.
But
Yeah.
Jen and I in particular, we're always looking for games we can play together, and this game is, two-player like couch co-op. So
Yes, exactly. I thought of you as well when I watched it because I know you do have that, that ability to play with someone quite close to you, and you guys love playing together, which is awesome. And that's the other thing they mentioned, apart from the design and the style in this video, they really talked about that co-op adventure gameplay element as well. It is really meant for two players. I don't know what happens if you have one player. I don't think it's restricted to two players, right? They didn't really mention that, but surely.
yeah, I'm pretty sure it's only two-player. It was built specifically with that,
Ah, okay.
and not online play or anything.
Mm.
Not like we could play together. Has to be local.
Yeah, 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 which I really I appreciated that as well because they mentioned, game share, so you can play with 1 game, obviously, if you wanted to use 2, you know.
Yeah, that's an
Yeah.
awesome thing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. They really get that, I think, that, players don't wanna have to buy 2 games to play together, and that's not the case with this one. Yeah, you can definitely play 2 people on the one system or the one using the one game on 2 systems. So, yeah, it looks really cool, and obviously it is designed there's lots of and one thing they mentioned with the co-op is, and I don't know exactly how they put this, but you know how this is often a thing with two-player games where you have to step on a pedestal and it opens a door or something and someone has to go through the door and do something on the other
Hmm.
side. Yeah. We've had this actually a little bit with Big Walk, actually, didn't we?
Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah.
say.
And they mentioned that exact thing saying and not that it's bad, but just that they when you're standing there waiting for someone to open the door, you're just standing there. You're not really doing anything. And they didn't want to have that. They didn't want people to be just motionless or static. So that's a really interesting viewpoint, I think. I've never really considered that before. Yeah. What's your take on that?
Uh, yeah, I mean, nobody. Well, I shouldn't say nobody. It depends on the game, but anytime in a game you're passive and you're not doing anything, potentially your mind could wander. You could
Yeah.
start thinking about, what's for dinner, or I got to pay this bill, or so I like activity. I like to be engaged. And yeah, it is kind of funny because we have been playing Big Walk, and um, some of those puzzles are waiting, and at least with couch co-op, you have that communications more freely available. Like we were
Mm,
playing Big Walk, and we were so separate we couldn't talk to each other.
yeah.
Unless we cheated and messaged another way. But what's
Yeah.
interesting though? I was thinking about it as you
Yeah.
were talking, and they started. I apologize, I forget the name of the. They showed a couple of the team, but I can't remember any names. One of them was talking about how the particular anime was so high quality, and just the like the story, the voices, the acting. Did they actually give a name? Because I don't
To
remember catching one for the anime that was kind of inspired his love of.
ah, no, I don't know if it was a specific one
Yeah,
or
because I was
just
hearing him talking. I'm like, I kind of like to look it up. This
mm.
80s anime that I didn't watch as a kid, but I don't think he actually mentioned a specific title. I wonder if maybe it's somewhere on their site or
Yeah, maybe.
buried somewhere, like in a developer's blog
Yeah,
or
that's a good
social
question.
media thing. Or
Yeah, because it just says, this classic Japanese anime. It doesn't, at least on
see if
the eShop, yeah.
yeah, if Kirk was here, I could probably ask him. He probably watched his share of 80s anime, but
Yeah, that's true. That's true. He could. He probably could. Yeah, definitely. And it also has the full Japanese and English voice acting. Yeah, but it really does, like, when you're looking at it, when you're watching the visuals, like, I suppose the cutscenes especially, it does look like an anime. Like, it looks like a cartoon from the 80s. It is really, really well done. I love the look of the characters, the girl with the blue hair, and there's the younger girl with the giant happy mouth, and there's just all these really neat characters. The guy with this kind of like a pilot's outfit and the long boots, and even there's a cat as well. I feel like there's always a cat in these Japanese kind of inspired shows as well. But yeah, it looks fun and vibrant, and hopefully that comes across in the gameplay as well. But it certainly looks really neat. Looks lovely. Yeah.
and the fact that Nintendo has promoted it now a few times gives me reason for optimism because
Mm.
they
Mhm.
have an eye for quality indie third party games,
Yeah,
so they're
exactly.
not gonna promote like shovelware on their channels, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah, well, we'd hope not. Definitely not. Yeah. There's 4 tools, they only really briefly mentioned that, but there's 4 tools that your characters can use to, I guess, solve these puzzles and make their way through this game. It's sort of a third person action adventure style, isn't it, really? But they looked li
yeah,
yeah. There's always a new use for the tools, which I found, interesting as well, but they didn't really go into the gameplay too much apart from the sort of two-player aspect. But there was one really cool thing at the end, just in one of the cutscenes where there was a Super Nintendo. The characters were sitting around playing a Super Nintendo. Did you catch that? That was really neat.
yeah. Well, you gave me a heads up because I saw the
Yeah,
I
sorry.
saw the notes ahead of time, but uh, yeah, it's funny for all the talk about the 80s. How come it was a Super Nintendo?
Actually, that's a good point. It should have been an NES, right?
Yeah, I mean, they could have had both and a Game Boy besides. They could have had
Mm.
the trifecta, but
True, true. Maybe the Super Nintendo was just their favorite system. I don't
maybe,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's a good point. It's obviously not set in the '80s, it's just inspired by the '80s
Yeah,
world.
no. That's just something I picked up because I was an NES kid, but
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's a really good question. And they said something about the, anticipation, like the feeling of waiting for your favorite show to start, and I really gelled with that because I remember as a kid coming home from school and, I don't know, Inspector Gadget would be on, or Astro Boy. I think that was more of a morning show, and that's on I think Astro Boy is even older than the '80s, isn't it? Maybe '60s or '70s, but, you kind of wanted your shows to be on, and then you went and talked about it, right? Like, it wasn't now, like, where you just stream whatever you want and whenever you want, which is really convenient, but that's why I love it when the big streamers still do weekly shows, like, as opposed to just dropping a whole season, because it gives me that feeling of, like, looking forward to something. Like, if a new episode drops every Monday at whatever, 8 o'clock, I'm like, you don't have to watch it live, you can watch it anytime after that, so it's a little different, but still, it's that, just waiting for your favorite show to start. I love that sentiment. I don't know if I'm alone in that thought or not, but well, obviously not
no,
because it's
I hear
developers,
you.
but
I
yeah.
mean, I binge watch stuff and it is convenient, but it's true. When I was a little kid, it was each night had the shows, and if you missed it, you gotta hopefully you'll catch a rerun at some point because that was it. If
Mm,
the show's
mhm.
in syndication, maybe you can catch a rerun, but it's like you set your VHS, your VCR
Oh,
to
yeah,
record
yeah.
it if you're not around, or you lose out. And that's why a lot of those shows back in the day weren't like progressive stories.
Mm,
It
mhm.
wasn't until later, like I think of something like Babylon 5, which had this ongoing story, and it's like, oh man, you got to make sure you you don't miss an episode, or you're going to be lost, or there's going to be spoilers. But
Yeah,
um,
that's a really good point. I do
mm,
remember when The Simpsons would be on as a kid, like, new episodes, and I was, like, super excited.
remember this summer having to find out and wait who shot Mr. Burns? It was
Yeah.
like a long thing, and it was like I remember they were doing like promos and like surveys, and it's like, man, I'm
Yeah.
like, I don't want to wait. Like,
Yes, and we as a family were trying to work out who the killer was too. We're like, "Ah, it's like Waylon."
I
It's
thought it
it
was
is.
Grandpa.
Yeah.
I did, because I'm like, who would Mr. Burns have a hard time fighting? They'd have to be feeble. I'm
Yeah.
like, Grandpa. Grandpa's feeble.
That is true. That's a good thought process there. Yeah. Anyway, I
Yeah.
love anyway, not to sidetrack, but I know you're not super into the newer episodes, but they've referenced it a few times since then, like, "Oh, remember the time Maggie shot Mr. Burns?" Like, "Oh, that was ridiculous," or something. It's just
I
I love it.
actually watched an older, newer one, like
Mm.
season 21 or something, which is it's old at this point, but for me, it's new.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Did you like
uh,
it?
yeah, it was okay. I'm finding in the later seasons that there's a lot of episodes that I think are of comparable quality. It's just the seasons as a whole are very mixed. Like
Mm, mhm.
the first like 8 or 9 seasons felt like every episode was pretty much great.
Yes, that is true.
Whereas in the teens and the 20s, there's still several great episodes, but they kind of get counteracted by several dud episodes. So you just have to know which ones to pick.
That's true, that's true. I find they have a lot more fun with not that they didn't have fun before, obviously, but a different type of fun with the new episodes, like, they just play with the whole concept of being around for as long as they have been more, like, they do heaps of throwbacks, and they have special guests do their intros and things like that, like, I think it's still good, but in a different way. Anyway, this isn't a
Yeah.
Simpsons podcast as much as we love The Simpsons.
This would be the time though, because Kirk and I
Yeah,
here. So
that's true, that's true. Let's move on to some more news if we're done with orbitals. Did you have any other orbitals things you
no,
wanted to.
just my interest has grown every time I've seen it. It's grown a little bit more and
Mm,
a little bit more. So I'm looking forward to it.
yeah, hopefully it does well. Yeah, and it's a Switch 2 exclusive, that one, isn't it?
Yeah, in fact, I
Yeah.
think there's even like there's gonna be like a deluxe edition or something.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
I was reading. I don't know what the difference is, but
Is it getting a
yeah,
physical release as well? Yes, it is. That's cool.
yeah. So maybe that's what it. Um, yeah, I don't know. I have to look more into it.
Yeah. I mean, the cover art is really nice. That would make a good physical release, actually. And yeah, there's the deluxe edition, you're right. That's cool. Very cool. I'll look into that and see if there's physical. I wonder if it's coming out in Australia. I'll see. More news, and we had a recent release in the form of the Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion Remastered, which I think came out just last week. Was it the 11th of August? I didn't write the date down, but it was very recently. It's out now, and this is big because it's the first time this series has been on Nintendo, and it's a physical release, and it's full game on card. And it's just been getting. I've just seen a lot of talk about this game, and I went and bought it, Trav.
You did?
I did. I did.
Was it an impulse buy, or had you been thinking about it?
I was thinking about it, A, because I wanted to support physical. I don't know that would I don't know that this is the sort of game I usually would play, but because I saw all this kind of hype online, because it's full game on card and it's kind of selling out in a lot of places, and because, it's a big deal that it's on the Switch too, and then I saw a good deal, like, I didn't pay full price, so that's why I ended up getting it. Because I was kind of monitoring it during the week and, like, just checking the prices out, and it was around the 190 to $100 mark here in Australian dollars, and then I found it somewhere, for less than 80. It was, like, 79. So that's $20 off. I don't know what that's about 20% off, actually. And I'm like, "Yeah, that's a really good deal. I'll grab it." So I haven't got it yet. I haven't tried it. It'll arrive, early next week, or sorry, Monday, Tuesday this week kind of thing. So, yeah, but I guess I wanted to know, do you know a lot about this game, and what have you heard, and what do you think about this release? Do you have any thoughts?
I know almost nothing,
Yeah.
um, except that I am still long story short, for listeners who don't know, I was out of action for a couple weeks. We had a kind of a COVID outbreak in the family, so I'm still catching up on emails. And we did get a code offer, and I did
We
reply to it, but it was late. And I'm like, I'm
ah.
so sorry, I missed your initial one. because they reached out again. Sometimes, they'll reach out
Mhm.
subsequently just to double check, and or if the message goes to spam, I'm like, oh, if it's not too late, I said we love a code. Haven't heard back and may not just because it's out already, but
Mhm.
um, yeah,
Oh, that'd be cool. Yeah, that'd be really good. Then I can play it and, someone else can play it as well, and we can talk about it, both of us, or two
yeah.
of us.
Whoever gets the code can review it, so you can just play
Yeah.
for fun at your leisure.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, so it did come out August 11th, I was correct. Obviously, it has been out on other platforms, but only about a year ago. It came out April 2025 on other platforms. So it's only a sort of a year old, and now this is the Switch 2 version, of course. And, I mean, yeah, I don't know. It's a remaster of the original, though, so this is the remastered edition. The original is actually a 2006 game. Elder Scrolls 4: Oblivion. So, yeah, this is like a full overhaul,
Mm.
lots of other
What was that, like
improvements.
Xbox 360 or something? Must have been if it was 2006.
Yeah, probably. Yes, it was actually PS3, Xbox 360. Yeah.
Oh,
So, and like you, I know very little about the series because it hasn't been on, Nintendo before. So, yeah, that's why it's big. Oh, has it? It is saying Nintendo
I
Switch
think
in
they
this, so
did have
hmm.
a Scroll
Yeah, there must have been one in there because in the
because I
whole list.
remember, I think GameStop had it with like a custom cover or something.
Ah, yeah, okay.
So,
Mm.
Skyrim, was it Skyrim?
Yeah, that sounds familiar, actually. Yeah, that's
I was trying to look it up and it's asking for my age verification because it said rated M.
yeah. Yes, but it is, I guess, an open world, is it first person, I think, this one from the trailer? Yeah, it's cool that it's come to Switch 2. I think that's the main thing. It's kind of this is happening at the moment where all of these big games are coming to the Switch 2. And this one, considering it is already a year old, big fans would you presumably have played it on other systems, but it seems to be doing well, seems to be popular. And the fact that it is physical as well, I think it's just a sign of the times that at the moment everyone is just like, yeah, this is cool kind of thing. So I don't know. I will definitely
They'll
give
be
you my
part
thoughts.
of that 38%,
Yeah,
38.5%.
yeah, yeah, exactly. So I'd love to know if listeners are playing it, if they're interested in playing it. I will hopefully give you my thoughts next week once I've actually received it and have played it. Yeah.
So I'm guessing it's the sort of game you don't have to know like the prior entries to jump into it.
Yeah, I guess not. I hope not.
Yeah,
'Cause
I
'cause
hope not.
but it's
But
sort
I
of
mean, it's kinda like Zelda in that regard, right? Like each Zelda is its
yeah,
own,
that's what I imagine. I mean, it's
I
real-time
would think.
combat, this one. It's obviously got, leveling up and skill progression. There's quests to perform. I
Is this the one that had that meme, like, back in the day, like, I took an arrow in the knee? Like,
oh,
that
I
was
don't
kind of the
know.
joke.
I'm not sure actually.
You remember that? I feel like oh, goodness, probably going back 10, 12 years, like, that was, like, the joke, like, "Oh, I took an arrow in the knee."
I remember it, but I don't know what it's from, sorry.
Oh, that's okay. Me either, but even in other video games, I remember seeing that joke, and I'm like, "What is that from?" I think it's from the,
Yeah.
Elder Scroll.
Yeah, well, maybe. I don't know. I'll see if there's anything in there when I
Oh,
play.
yeah, it is, it's from, I'm sorry, guys, I did have to look in AI just because it was quick. They say it's from, the original Skyrim back in 2011, so,
Oh, there you go. The original
yeah, it was the
right. Is Skyrim like how is it 2011 if it's after s is it not numbered? It's not like I
no,
don't know.
Elder Scroll, V5
Oh,
Skyrim,
okay. Yeah, right, okay.
so and then
Interesting.
I guess by the time the Switch came out, it was strong enough to run it.
Yeah. Well, the studio behind it is I can't even say it. Bethesda?
Bethsaida?
Bethesda. Bethesda?
Bethesda?
Yeah.
That
They
sounds right.
do Fallout as well, right? I think.
Oh, yeah, that sounds
Yeah.
right.
So
Hey,
that's
arrow in the knee even has a Wikipedia, like, entry.
really?
How about
That's
that?
kind of funny. That's so funny, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, so that's cool. I think that's cool. Hopefully we do get a code because yeah, it'd be good to review this one. I think just because it is a big release,
And you
I'll
could
yeah.
swap notes with whoever else is
Yeah.
playing.
Yeah,
which
yeah,
is always fun.
exactly. Yeah, definitely. So, yeah, that's exciting. I'm excited to get it next week. Yeah, hope it's doing well. Hopefully it plays well. I know there was some kind of patch they were talking about online last couple of days. I don't know if that's coming or not, but yeah, we'll see. I'll definitely give some more thoughts next week once I've had some time with it. Let's move on to our last piece of news. Kind of, but then we do have Trev's Treasures and Gems, which is also kind of newsy. But this is a little, I guess, a bit sad in a way that an indie publisher is closing called Nakana.io. The good news for players or fans or both is that all of their games are heavily discounted. Since you found this one, do you want to talk about this one?
Yeah, I can a little bit. I'm not overly familiar with this company by any means. In fact, looking at their games, it doesn't look like I've played any. But I caught this news. It was on Nintendo Life today, the day we're recording,
Mm.
and it looks like just from checking out their website on Nakana.io, it looks like they were focused on what they called emotionally engaging stories, um, which I call them grief games, but you know the type we're talking about, right? Kind of designed to make you feel, make you cry. And,
Mm.
just looking at some of their games, they all seem to kind of have similar beats, right? Different games, but similar theming. And um, yeah, I don't know if this style of game is maybe just hitting market saturation, and that's why they're shutting down because you're already targeting a narrower audience, right? With those sort of games, I don't think it's going to have broad appeal, but at least for us, Pure Nintendo, we reviewed a few of their games and they all scored well.
Okay.
Um,
Mhm.
I looked at three. The lowest score was 7. The highest score was 8.5. So there's
Wow.
definitely people that like them, including uh, 3 members of our staff. So
Yeah, right, nice.
definitely check them out. And if you buy one, I mean, you can basically buy the whole catalog for
Yeah.
not very much money. I mean, what's 10 cents? What's that?
Yeah. Yeah, that's super cheap. I mean, I'm guessing they're not super expensive to begin with, but still, 10 cents is basically nothing, really. So I think it depends where you are, but it looks like in the US, you have to have one of them, any one of them, and there's what, 10 or so? If you own one of their games from this company, Nakana.io, then the rest are all down to 10 cents. But if you're in Europe, they're all 99p or 99 euro, depending where you live. I'm not sure what they are in Australia, though. It's a good question. Hmm. I might look it up while we're talking. But yeah.
In
Yeah.
case people are curious, the ones I didn't look up every single game, but the ones I know we covered were Mythic Ocean, Journey of the Broken Circle, uh, EQQO,
Oh, yeah.
and Lydia. At least those 4 got reviews from
Mm.
us, and again, they scored well. So there's definitely, I might not be the audience for these games, and maybe there wasn't a broad audience, but people enjoyed them. And you hate to see any company fold. Hopefully, they can, move on to other things within the industry.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, it is sad because they obviously have a lot of games out there. In Australia, I've just looked up Mythic Ocean as an example. It's $1.69, which is cheap. It's normally $23, so it's 92% off. So, yeah. And there's even a demo, so you could even just try the demo. That's
Oh, I didn't even think of demos.
Yeah, that's Mythic Ocean at least. I haven't checked the others, but yeah, that's interesting. Mm.
You got to add it to your growing backlog, Gemma, because Kirsty gave it an 8 out of 10.
Yeah, right. That's pretty good. Yeah. It does look nice. Yeah. And when did that release? That released back in 2021, so about 5 years old. Yeah, it is a shame. I hope they can, either go off in their separate ways and join other companies or start other companies or continue working on their kind of passion projects in other ways.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't think they're probably listening to this podcast, but if you happen to be, all the best from Pure Nintendo. We obviously love your games, and if you're listening as a player, as a fan, yeah, jump on board and grab them while the sale's on. I don't think it even has an end date. Is it just always going to be that price now?
yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't think the games are gonna be delisted or anything either, so,
Well,
um,
I would be surprised if that happened.
yeah.
Yeah,
So,
but
listeners, you can research the games, check out our reviews, check out some other
mm.
outlets, no, just check out our reviews. That's
Yeah.
fine.
Yep. Very cool. Thank you for bringing that to our attention, Trev. Let's move on to what is normally Kirk's corner, but we're going to have Trev's treasures and gems this week. Trev, would you like to go first? What is your treasure?
So, I don't know how much of a treasure this is, but, it is well, let's see, this episode's debuting the 17th. So,
Mhm.
this week on the 19th, August 19th marks 10 years since Metroid Prime Federation Force released in North America on the Nintendo 3DS.
Wow.
I know it's not a favorite Metroid game per se, but I don't think it's as hated as maybe we remember.
Mm.
Because, like, I remember back E3 2015, it was Federation Force and Amiibo Festival. Those were the two
Yeah.
hated games. I think they even pulled the footage from YouTube because back then you could downvote and
Oh,
it was just
yeah.
thumbs down all over the
Yeah.
place. And I feel like Amiibo Festival sort of got a little bit of a pass because there was also Happy Home Designer,
Mhm.
which ended
That's
up
right.
being very popular for Animal Crossing. But for Metroid, that was it. And it's not what people wanted. But, looking at Metacritic, it got 64. That's not great by any means, but
Mm.
it's also not bad. It's mixed. There were
Yeah.
positive reviews, there were negative reviews, and there were a lot of in the middle. Our review on Pure Nintendo got a 7.5
Well,
from,
there
I
you
think it was
go.
Alex. And, that's not bad. So, I haven't played it. I don't know.
Mm.
And I probably won't because 3DS stuff has really kind of jumped in recent years. Even to
Yeah.
get a loose cart of this, $75 if you're fortunate
Wow,
for a
really?
loose cart. And if you want a case, you're probably talking triple digits.
Wow.
I
I
don't know
did not.
why.
Yeah, that's crazy. Oh, that's amazing.
Did you
Yeah,
ever
obvious
play this one?
I didn't. No. No, I did
Yeah.
not.
I did play there was like that blast ball game that was part of it.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
Nintendo released that separately, and I do have that. But yeah,
Mm.
it was just I
Yeah.
don't know. I wonder if it would have been better if it didn't get the Metroid branding.
Maybe. I mean, this is kind of a spin-off, right? Because it doesn't have Samus in it. Is that the
Yeah.
deal? Yeah.
Or I should say if it didn't get the Metroid Prime branding, if they
Yeah,
took the Prime
true.
out, that's what I
Yes.
really mean, I think.
Maybe they should have just called it Metroid, yeah, Federation Force. Because I mean, the idea
Yeah.
is fine, and it sounds like the gameplay's okay. It's just that people
And we've
really.
had other Metroid spin-offs. Like I love the pinball game. I mean, that was so
Yeah.
much fun. So
Exactly. Yes. So was this I mean, it came out 10 years ago. Where were we at with Metroid Prime, the Prime series itself then? Were we clamoring for the latest one? What was remind me of the
it was kind of all
timeline?
quiet on the
'Cause
Western
we
Front. Like
yeah,
I
'cause we
think
were
Other M
waiting.
was the last game.
Yeah, well, we were waiting for Metroid Prime 4 for so long. That was
Yeah, I don't
announced.
even think Prime 4 had been announced
No,
then.
it was announced not that long after though, wasn't it? Was it
So yeah.
2017 or 18 or something? Yeah.
So that's the
Yeah.
thing. You go from because the last Prime before that was what 2007 maybe on the Wii,
Mm, mhm.
and then there was Other M, which got mixed reviews as well. And yeah, just a long time in between where people were waiting for something, and then you get this, and it's same thing with the Animal Crossing games, like right. It's like this
Yeah.
isn't a main entry. I
Mm.
don't want a side story. I don't want a spin off. I want the real deal.
Yes, so I think that's what happened. People just backlashed. They weren't happy, but it sounds like the game itself was actually fine. Not
Yeah.
perfect, but
I
maybe.
should have got it then too, because I could have got a brand new copy for what 39.99, and now it's
Yeah.
like got to pay double that to get a loose cart.
Yeah, exactly. I wonder what it's like, in Australia. I'm gonna have to look it up.
3DS stuff's gone crazy.
Mm.
It has. I mean,
Yeah,
eh,
it really has. I know. I've got a few. I think I told you. Oh, look, there you go, $85. I can see it for 35. The card only.
really. And bootleg cart.
Yeah. Maybe it's just the box. Maybe that's just the box. And then there's like 105. So there you go. 120, 130. Yeah.
Uh,
Oh my gosh. Crazy, 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 crazy. Yeah. Interesting. No, that's really good. It's good to have the anniversary. It's good to celebrate these games that maybe weren't loved at the time, but maybe weren't as bad as people thought. Did
I
you
wonder if
avoid it?
anyone will acknowledge it, like, on social media. I'll have to keep an eye out.
Yeah. Did you ignore it or not ignore it, but did you not play it because of the kind of how everyone was feeling at the time that they weren't excited for it? Did you kind of
Oh, no, that doesn't really influence me. I mean, well, I shouldn't say that. If people are really excited for a game, that can influence me, sorta like how
Mhm.
it did with you and, the Elder Scroll game there,
Yeah.
but, for negative reception, that doesn't necessarily sway me. If it's a game that looks like I like, I'm gonna play it anyway.
Mm, mhm.
It was probably just a case of there were other games that came out maybe around the same time, like, didn't, trying to think back to 2016. It's hard to
It's
remember.
so long ago now, isn't it? Yeah.
There were probably just other games that were occupying my time on
Yeah.
3DS or on Wii U. I mean, the Wii U
Mm.
was still
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
active then, so
Yeah. That's
yeah.
cool.
But if I had it to do over, I definitely woulda I probably woulda grabbed a lot more because
Yeah.
I still play my 3DS and,
Mm.
but I'm not paying that. I mean
Yeah, exactly. That's crazy. Cool. Well, thank you for bringing that to our attention. Listeners, let us know if you are a Metroid Prime Federation Force fan. If you own it, if you're sitting on a gold mine there, that would be cool to know as well. If it's especially if it's in good condition. My Gem's Gem is another anniversary actually, which is a more recent one, and that is Cult of the Lamb, which everyone knows I love that game. It's just celebrated its 4th anniversary last week. It was the 11th of August that it first released in 2022. It's also on sale. It's about 60% off at the moment. So if you haven't played it, it's $10 in the US eShop right now instead of 25. It's not a big like it's not an expensive game anyway. $25 is pretty good for the amount of content that you get, but it's $10 right now. If you don't have this game, you should get it for $10. It's so good. It's this crossover between sim, what do you call it? Sim manage not you've corrected me on this before. It's not sim, it's management. Life sim. No?
oh, yeah, life sim
Life sim.
versus simulation, yeah.
Yes, not a simulation. Although you are simulating a cult, kind of, but it is more of a management thing. It's like it's like Animal Crossing. It's a twisted version of Animal Crossing, but also it has roguelike dungeon elements as well. So there's like two halves to this game, and they work really well together. So you go exploring in these dungeons, and it's all randomized kind of areas with bonuses, and you collect resources, and then you take them back to your cult, and you build things like you build places for your cult members to live, and you're also rescuing these cute creatures along the way and bringing them back to your cult. And there's a whole story behind it as well, where there's these four.
Are they sacrificing them?
You can do that. That is something you can unlock, yes. But they kind of want to be sacrificed. So it's not as it is dark. I'm not gonna say it's not dark, but it's not as dark as it seems. It's very cute in a dark, twisted way, but it's not like evil or anything like that, despite the name Cult of the Lamb. It is done in a way that like the cult members are happy generally. They like being there. Sometimes there's dissent where they start to spout against you, like they're like, "No, you're bad." But they're more like trying to convert people to move away from your cult, so you kind of arrest them, and it's just this whole thing.
You know what you remind me of, Gemma?
Yeah, what?
In The Simpsons when, the movementarian
Oh,
cult
yeah, yeah,
moved into Springfield and they had the newspaper headline, "Springfield taken over by evil cult," and they crossed out evil and put nice.
yeah. Yes. Na 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 leader. So
"Marge, you're the leader? You don't look anything like the beans."
Oh, that is such a good episode. What season is that? That's gotta be one of the Prime seasons, isn't it?
Um, oh, I'm gonna guess like season 8, season 9, somewhere
Mm,
around there.
it's very good. Yeah, so, yeah, it won't be for everyone, I guess, if you're not into sacrificing cute critters, but as I said, it is done in a way that works, and I love it. It's great. I reviewed it back in the day. I've reviewed the DLC that came out earlier this year. So happy anniversary to Cult of the Lamb. It's also from an Australian developer. So yeah, massive monster. So good work, guys. I've met them a couple times at PAX. Hopefully, I'll see them again this year if they're down in Melbourne in October, because I'll be at PAX again. But yeah, really good team, really good game. Worth checking out if you haven't already. And that's my gem. Speaking of sales, though, because that one is on sale, there's a Capcom sale this week as well. And we noticed just before the show, Trevor and I were looking through the list, and it's like all of the Resident Evils and Street Fighters are on sale. And Resident Evil kind of fits in with the Cult of the Lamb sort of darkness a little bit, I guess. Although Cult of the Lamb is a bit more cute and tongue in cheek, Resident Evil is actually evil. But if you were looking to pick up any of the Resident Evil games, I think even the newer ones are on special. Was it? Did we say 20% off the newer ones and up to 50% off some of the older ones?
Yeah, I think some of
Mm.
the cloud ones even had like 70, 80%.
Oh yeah,
So, I mean,
yeah,
they're cloud editions, but
mm.
that's still
Yes.
quite a bit of a
Yeah, it is huge discount. So if you're looking for something to play because you didn't, if you've if you have a crazy amount of time, and you really need more games to play, or if you're just waiting for a sale for Resident Evil because you don't want to pay full price, now is the time. I would definitely recommend Requiem and the 2 before it as well. I haven't played anything before that, so but we all know they're good. Resident Evil has been around long enough.
I'm the opposite. I played ones before, but I haven't played the new ones.
Yeah, there you go. But
I don't think it
together
says it's evil because it's in the name, right? But if we were in Japan, it'd be Biohazard. That doesn't sound evil,
mm,
right?
well, doesn't sound
It's all
good.
pharmaceutical mishaps. I
Yeah,
mean,
true, true.
you know, they're
That's true.
trying to make the next penicillin and they made zombies.
Yeah, whoops.
That's a simplified take, but
Yeah, love that. We could do that, could we? Could do a series of, like, explain a game in 30 seconds, and it's just some really random, explanation. I like that idea.
yeah, accurate but misleading.
Yeah. Yes. I'll, pin that thought. That's a cool idea. Alright, let's move on to the games we're playing. We have a couple of games, I guess 2 each to talk about this week. So I will kick things off with a game called eFootball, which has actually been out for, I think, about 2 months now, and I am way behind with my review. I'm so sorry, but I'm reviewing this one. It is a football, like a soccer football game. So you can, oh, you know what it is, right? It's a
Do
field
they call in Australia? Is it called soccer or is it called football?
soccer. Yeah, we call it soccer too.
Yeah.
I know, it's funny. I was
Okay.
thinking about that this morning just before the show because obviously I was gonna talk about this game and I was playing it last night and thinking about how in England and I guess Europe, maybe South America, it's football, right? But in America, it's soccer. And
Yeah.
that seems like an American thing, but it's funny that we in Australia who have closer ties to England, we're still part of the Commonwealth, we call it soccer too. So, yeah, weird, but that's how we call it. That's what we call
Yeah.
it.
I think maybe there's a few of us. I think maybe Canada says soccer too,
Oh,
so
okay, there you
like
go.
North America.
Yeah, I think it's because we have bigger football games. Like you have your gridiron, we have AFL and rugby. Although England has rugby too, so I don't know. I don't
Hmm.
know. But anyway, it is the type of game called soccer that if you're thinking of that type of football, and I think most of our audience is American or Australian anyway, so we'll call it soccer. But it's really good, actually. I'm not a huge sports game player. I don't play a lot of sports titles. I have dabbled over the years. I've certainly played a few soccer games over the years, especially back on the Super Nintendo days. I think I had one or two. I did also review maybe 2 years ago now the FC EA Sports soccer outing, the annual one that they do on the
Oh
Switch,
yeah.
and was impressed. I think this one might be slightly more accessible for me because I'm more of a casual player in when it comes to soccer. When sports in general, and the EA one is very in depth. There's just a lot to it. There's a lot of menus. There's a lot of things you can do. This one is way simpler. It's not simple. It's still got some of the depth. Like you can do your world tour, you can do your quick match, you can do your co-op or your online battles or whatever. There's even a couple of mini games. I play this one where it's called wall kick or something, and it's like indoor soccer, but you can't pass the halfway mark. So you have to stay on your half, kind of like dodgeball, actually, in that you can't pass the halfway mark. And you only have three aside, and you have to score goals from your half of the field, and it's a smaller field. And yeah, that was really fun and interesting. I did a tour, like, I did one whole tour where I chose Australia because you can choose your team from anywhere in the world, and you get put into a little group just like the World Cup. This would have been much better to review during World Cup times, I'm sorry. But it you play in your little group. I think in my group was, it was the USA actually. I took a screenshot I'll share with you, Trev. I beat the USA, I think it was like 10-0.
Whoa.
But I beat everyone like 10-0. I had it on the very easy setting. So
I was gonna ask you.
so I'm scoring goal after goal after goal. There's a lot of different difficulty settings, like very easy, not just easy, very easy. And I think there's like 6 settings. So very, maybe even more. I did count it now, I can't remember, but there's heaps. Very easy, easy, like normal, hard, very hard, and like professional or something. So I will obviously try some of the other levels, but I just eased myself in with the very easy, and it was very easy. But you know what? It's great that it has that option, because what it gave me the chance to do was really practice my moves and learn how to kick and how long to hold the kick button down for so that I didn't shoot over the goal or whatever. So it was a good way to kind of warm up, I suppose. When you first play the game, you do go through a tutorial, and I just found it really clean and easy to pick up. There's 2 types of controls. There's an easy control as well, which I did not use because that was actually too easy, where the ball just automatically goes to you, and all you have to do is kick it, and it tells you when to kick it, kind of thing. Like, it puts
Oh
like a little,
wow.
yeah, it's, like, super easy, and it's fine, it's great, and it's good that it's there for accessibility, but even the normal controls are pretty good and fairly straightforward. I didn't have any issues with it. You can run just by holding the kind of ZR button. You can tackle with the B button, you can shoot with the Y button. It's all very intuitive, and once you go through the tutorial, it's just, I didn't have any problems with that at all. The control scheme, my only I just said I had no issues. The only issue I had was because B is to pass as well as to tackle, and this is probably just me kind of spamming the tackle button a little bit. So I go tackle, 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 and when I get the ball, I'm still spamming, and so I pass it
Oh yeah.
automatically.
That sounds right. I've done
Yeah.
that in other soccer games.
Yes. So that's probably more of a player issue there, but it's fine, it passes to someone else. I'm like, "Oops, okay, now this person's running with the ball here." But I had a lot of fun. It's been good. I think the graphics are pretty nice. It's a Switch 2 game, so there's a lot of, yeah, really good smooth kind of movements and frame rates. I had no loading issues, no jittering, no, yeah, I didn't notice anything like that. Yeah, it all plays really well. There's cutscenes, when you score a goal. There's heaps of customizations on, not exactly customizations, but like you can, every time someone scores, you can kind of pause it and rewind it and watch it and do it from different angles and take a screenshot. And there's heaps of that cool stuff you can tinker with. There's obviously heaps of stats as well. You can look at, the best players and how many goals they've got and what the possession time was and how many passes failed and completed and all of that stuff. Like, it's all there if you want it. But like I said, it just feels simpler in its layout and presentation than something like EA Sports, which is just full on. That's not to say EA Sports is bad. It's just, I feel like this is a bit more accessible for just a kind of a part-time player who just wants to just jump in and play quickly and easily. Whereas EA is like, if you really want to do the whole management sim side of things, you really want to just dedicate yourself to this for a long time. I don't know. That's the impression I got anyway.
It's like the EA one would be the one that would make a Springfield riot if they were watching the soccer game.
Yeah.
There's a lot of passing back and forth, holding the ball.
Yes, I thought of that too because I'm probably playing not like they'd play soccer. I'm just running the whole time and grabbing the ball and just trying to score as quickly as possible, which is why I was getting such high scores, although it was in the very easy mode. But yeah, normally it's such a low scoring game. Like, it's usually 1 or 2 kind of goals a piece, and I'm getting like 12. I think my max was 13 or 14, I think, in one game. But yeah, they weren't giving me much of a challenge just because it was the very easy setting. I can't wait to try professional mode and get beaten really badly.
Is like Australia, like, are they a good team or does each team have their own like stats or?
They do have stats, yeah, and they're real players because I looked them up. Adam Taggart was my star. He was my star player. I've never heard of him before I played this game, but he is a real player, and he scored many goals for me. So good on you, Adam Taggart. Yeah, they do have stats, and there's like a rating, I think, and even Adam, like players like Adam Taggart, you can look at him and he's got his own skill levels. Like he was a 6.6 on, passing or something. They even have a play style. I think his was something like fox in a box, which I don't even know what that really means, but that was his play style. So yeah, each player has its own stats. Yeah, so it's pretty cool. I didn't see any women's leagues in there, which is maybe something that's missing, and maybe I need to just double check to make sure that's not there. But EA Sports did have that, so that's one thing that I didn't notice. But that's just one thing that's missing potentially. The rest all seems pretty good. Yeah. So I'll play a bit more and write up my review, my late review. So stay tuned for that one. But let's move on to you, Trev, because you love to talk when we're under the hour, and we're still under the hour here.
We are. That's right.
Yeah.
So this is a continuation from last week because we are still playing the Big Walk, and I say we because this is a game I can really not play alone.
Mhm.
Um, I have booted it up alone and ran around, but um, the puzzles are designed for however many people are in your group, as low as 2, as many as 12. We've been doing it in a group of 3, myself, Jemma, and Kirk. And it is, the game's growing on me, but
Mm.
it's hard to schedule the time because like we've played it twice this past week, a couple hours each time, and it's we're spread across the globe. We gotta make sure we don't have any family commitments at that time or work commitments or whatever, where we can just sit down. And it's not the sort of game you can jump in and play for like a half an hour, right? Because
Mm.
sometimes it takes a half an hour just to get back to your puzzle. So um yeah, I've enjoyed it though. I really I feel like I've laughed more than I expected.
Yeah.
And some of that is just probably our attempts at solving the puzzles. Like there was that one where it's like uh, one of us had to shoot a ball, and then we were trying to throw it up, and it was just getting the timing down. It's like and we did it right, and it worked, and it was good. But um, yeah, I'm really enjoying the game. I just feel like it's missing that certain something that would make it a little more immediate.
Mm.
And maybe I'm just not playing it enough, but I feel like every time I boot it up, there's like that learning curve at the start. It's like, okay,
Yeah.
what was I doing? How do I get back there? And then how do we, I don't know if I'm explaining it well. Maybe you have a better take on it.
I mean, I know what you mean, but also I'm playing it with you. I think it would be helpful if there was a map because I get lost so easily. And maybe, like, I think I said this to Kirk in the game, and maybe you weren't with us at the time, so you might not have heard it. But it'd be good if you could have like a spawn or a respawn kind of option where you could just go, I'm just lost. I don't know where I am. Just like let me respawn back at the beginning or back at one of the locations I found. But it's not that game. It's not meant to be that, is it? It's not,
Yeah.
it's you're in the wilderness and you're wandering around doing puzzles. So that would maybe
Yeah.
take away some of that realistic side to it.
And you
But
got
yeah.
to find alternate ways to communicate. Cause like I found a walkie talkie and it's like, oh, that's amazing. Cause then we can communicate like if you're at one of those like radio stations, but then I
Mm.
couldn't find the second walkie-talkie, so I'm like, all right, this is a little limited.
Yes.
So, like, I remember I was trying to describe the doorway I went into, and I'm like, I left lights by it, and but even then, it's not the best description because the world is big, and
Mm,
there's
mhm.
lights and doors everywhere, and it's like, where
Yeah.
exactly is there? Or even at the end, right? Kirk and I had two of the puzzle pieces, those red things that look like squashes.
Yeah.
And it's like, I want to drop these off. How does Gemma get back to me? And like it took you quite a while
It did,
to
yeah.
reach me. Um
Yeah, because we were heading towards that cone and we got lost. we got
Yeah.
separated, and so I made it to the cone, and you guys went back. So
And it gets dark,
yeah.
and it's like, unless there's a way to do it, and I haven't found it yet, but if you're holding one item, that's it. Like, I can't hold a flashlight in one hand and a puzzle piece in the other hand because
Mm.
you always end up dropping one to grab the other, or a walkie-talkie. So it's like I have to prioritize what do I wanna to bring with me, and that's why, like I told you, Gemma, you'll have to run to me without your light because I need your hands free to carry
Yeah.
this puzzle piece.
Yes,
Um, I'm
exactly.
very tempted at this point now that we're a couple weeks in to maybe look up some info on the game and see if there's some maybe fundamental things that I haven't picked up on yet. But
Mm.
I feel like between the three of us, we probably would have, because I feel like we all have a pretty good intuition for different elements of the game. Like I'm good at finding like puzzle areas, but I'm not good at solving puzzles. I feel like you and Kirk are better at that than me. So
Yeah, we usually get through them. Yeah, it's good having the different, personalities. Like, I think, yeah, Kirk is very good at working out some of those puzzles, and he's very
mm.
organized. Like, with that one, there's a puzzle where you have to watch, flashing lights or flashing silhouettes, but from different angles.
Oh
So we had
yes.
to organize ourselves around it so we could all see different parts of it and then count them and then tell Kirk and he could put the number in. That was,
Yeah.
and we've done all the puzzles, like, they're not too hard. They're just they take a bit to work out, and then when you get them, you
Yeah.
feel really good. And I love the little celebration with the streamers or the confetti that comes out because that makes you feel really good, like, "Yay, we did it."
Yes. And the little piece slowly unravels from like its vice grip,
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah,
then
yeah.
it's like, oh, we can grab it.
Yes.
So it's fun. I wish I had an easier way to play with you guys.
Mm. Yeah.
Like where I could just be like, hey guys, let's play, and we could play and make progress, because that's the biggest challenge for me. And again, I don't know how other reviewers have done it, but maybe they're more centrally located or
Yeah, maybe that would help, and it's well, I'm the outlier. I'm in the different time zone, so yeah.
well, it's not even that. It's just, finding time that works for all of us,
Mm.
because yeah. And like I said, if it was a game we could jump in for like a half an hour and make a big dent, it'd be one thing. But like we played a couple hours and our progress was, I don't know, fair, but I
Yeah,
have no real way of knowing where we are within
yeah, that's true. How
the
much
game.
more?
So
Because there's at least 3 blocks of, what do you call it? Where you have to put the little things that
the puzzle,
you
yeah,
puzzle pieces, yeah, and we've done one
yeah,
of them, and we've sort of halfway through the other one, or more than 3/5, I guess, through that one, and then we found that other place to do it, so there's at least
yeah.
3,
Thank
could be
goodness we
more.
found that one.
Yeah,
Saved us
yeah,
some
yeah.
time. So I'm
Mm,
excited. I'm excited to play it. I always have fun playing it. I want to play it when I know you guys are around. So
yeah.
hopefully we can play, maybe by the time this episode airs, we'll have played again. I don't know.
Yeah, hopefully. Yes. We'll see what Kirk's time is like. Speaking of, games where you can jump in for half an hour, I have been doing that a little bit with the Adventures of Elliot. I feel like that is a game you can jump into
I've
because
noticed when we were waiting for you in Big Walk, it shows Gemma's playing Elliot. I'm like, what are you doing?
I wasn't actually playing it, it just said I was playing it. 'Cause I just pause my games usually and just put the switch into sleep mode or switch to. So I
Does
think
that mess up your playtime?
no,
Like, does it
not in
count you as
game.
playing?
No,
Oh,
because when
okay.
I save it, it just says 22 hours or whatever. It's still normal, yeah. It did for one of the Resident Evils, I think I mentioned, had that problem, where it was, like, some crazy amount of time that was not accurate at all. Might have been 7, I guess, Biohazard. Anyway, Elliot, I'm not gonna spend too much time on this because we've talked about it a lot, and Trev has finished it and reviewed it, and, I'm just slowly getting towards the end because I really want to finish this one because I'm just loving it so much. It just reminds me so much of classic top-down Zelda games. I'm just yeah.
Yes.
And I miss that. I really, really miss that. So I'm just and I'm kind of I could have finished it by now. I actually could have done the ending, but I have been procrastinating and going and collecting cats and going and collecting treasures and doing all the
Mm,
quests because I want to. I actually want to. I actually just love it that much that I'm just okay, I'm gonna find this cat. I've cleared all the cats in one age and all but one in another age. And I think I only have I think I'm up to like 38 or 39 cats. So I've only got like
Oh, wow.
11 left. Yeah. But I am trying to find the third sage. That's where I'm up to in terms of the story. So there's 3 cat sages, and I've done 2, and there's a third one. I don't
Okay.
I don't know if I have to do that because I haven't really looked at the endings and how they work, but it's also telling me to go and meet
Mm.
someone, like, there's a purple thing, which I
You
think
may
is
not be quite as close to the ending as you think you are.
oh, okay, okay,
The
okay.
game does kinda, because that's what I noticed. I'm not gonna spoil it, but the game
Mm,
does kinda, like, I thought we were at the end, and then I'm like,
mhm.
"Oh, wait, are we?"
Yeah, okay. Because I know there are
But I
3
was like you, like,
maybe?
completionist. I wanted to get all the, like, treasure chests and upgrades and cats and all that stuff.
Mm. Yeah, but it's really I'm just having a great time with it. Really enjoying this game. I do hope they make a sequel, and I hope it's not too far away. Like, I hope it's in the next sort of 2 or 3 years, not 5 or 10 years, because I think that'd be really cool.
Yes.
Yeah, I could see myself enjoying a sequel to this game a lot.
Don't make the Adventures of Elliot Federation Force.
Yeah.
We want a proper one.
Yes, thank you. But yes, it is really fun. I'll keep going with that in the background, but it is just easy, like I said, to jump in. I think the save points help because you can just save at any post. What are those goalposts called? Those round circle things. Like you at the start, I didn't
Yes.
realize I could travel. I think you said that ages ago, didn't you?
Yeah. Like, the first quarter of the game, we were, like, running on foot, and I'm like, "Oh, man, I feel like an idiot."
Well, and Faye or maybe it was the princess, one of them said that you could travel, but I didn't know how. I'm like,
Yeah,
"Oh, they
it didn't
mentioned
click.
traveling, they mentioned fast traveling," but I'm like, "How do I do that?" I thought I had to be at the save point to travel. So, yeah, which you don't have to be, obviously. Anyway, once you work that out, it's way easier because you can just travel to your heart's content, so it makes it less,
Yeah.
sluggish.
Even from age to age, because, like,
Yeah,
initially, we
yeah,
were always backtracking to, like, the cave. I'm
mhm.
like, "Oh, man, we could just go right."
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know, and there's
Uh,
some save points that are really conveniently placed, and you're like, "Yes, I can just go straight there," and then others a little bit further away, you do have to do some walking, but generally yeah. Anyway, I'm excited to hear what's next for you. You're playing something pretty cool.
yeah, I thought you might be, and this just for fun, because you already reviewed this. Gave it a 9 out of 10, actually. Dave
Mhm.
the Diver, the, Jungle DLC.
Nice.
Um, I'm not even sure what the actual title is. That's just what I'm calling it.
In the jungle. Yeah.
In the Jungle,
Yeah.
yeah. Um, like you, I was a big fan of the original game, but I hadn't played it since, it came out. So, I bought the DLC, which was only 9.99,
That's a good
and
price. Wow.
you get I got the option to do a free Switch 2 edition. Then I
Mm.
got the free Dredge DLC and the free Godzilla DLC. So I got a lot of fresh content
Nice.
to explore, but I'm mainly playing the Jungle DLC with Jen. She was a big fan of the original. We kind of take turns. It's not a two-player game, but we'll take turns. Somebody will do the first dive, someone will do the second dive, and then we'll alternate like evenings cooking and serving. And it took me a little while to get back into some of the mechanics. I'm like, how do I fire the gun? Like, how do I swim faster? But yeah, I'm really enjoying it as I suspected I would, and as I knew I would from reading your coverage of it. The
Oh.
new setting's pretty cool,
Mhm.
and it's a lot of quirky characters, which is
Yes.
nice, and trying to build the relationships between them because we're trying to attract more customers, right? We're only a few hours in, so we just got out of the what was it, the monkey tier, and now we can have more menu items because now we have more customers because the natives have to like be friends with you before they'll eat at the restaurant, right? So
Mhm. Yeah.
um
I love the
yeah,
cutscene when you upgrade your restaurant. You know how it does the little animal dance?
yeah.
It's so funny.
We were laughing our heads off
Yeah.
with that. It's so funny.
Yeah.
um but yeah, I'm really enjoying it. It feels robust to
Yeah.
me.
There's 7
Like,
chapters, I think, because it goes through you're probably at chapter 1 or 2 or maybe 3 by now, but, yeah,
I
7
think
chapters.
we just started 3 maybe,
Mm. Yeah.
but
Yeah.
Yeah, upgrading the equipment so we can dive deeper and have we had some close calls where like, "Ooh, let's take out this critter," and it's like, "Nope, not strong enough. Run, 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 run."
Oh, yeah, there's some big creatures down there.
I had
Yeah.
to use one of the little escape balloons one time or whatever
Mhm.
because it's like, whoa, we have like no oxygen and our air purifier is like right at the bottom. So it's like, there's no way I can make the surface.
Yeah. I like how it deals with damage as well because you don't really have a health meter, do you? You just have that air meter, and so when you get attacked, it just takes out air, right? So that's a good
Yeah.
good way to kind of keep it simple, I suppose.
Yeah.
Mm.
And there's that purification thing because the water is the deeper you get, like
Mm.
the murkier it is. So it's like, oh, I want to go down and look. And it's like, nope, the little battery like drains quick. And it's like, can't
Yeah.
do that.
You'll get down there eventually. No spoilers, but yeah, you will get down there eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I figured. And yeah, I really like like I said, the character relationships, looking and seeing like, okay, I've met everyone on the island, but I don't have any hearts with this person. I don't know what type of gift this person would like. This
Mm.
person has a side quest I got to finish. So I
Yeah.
feel like there's a good, I feel like you can not waste because it's fun, but I feel like you can spend a lot of time just on the surface, like wandering around the village,
Mm.
collecting materials, doing things. And then it's like, oh, I got to dive as the
Yeah.
day's going by.
Yeah.
And
That's exactly what happened to me, yes. I was looking at the clock going, "Oh, yeah, I'm running out of time. I better go do a dive." Yeah. It's so fun. I'm glad you're enjoying it. I'm glad you got it. Yeah.
yeah, I'm really enjoying it. I'd recommend anyone who enjoyed the game to, yeah, to check it out, upgrade it, to switch to if you want, and get the DLC. And there's, like I said, there's the other DLC I haven't even played, so
Mm.
I'm looking forward to re-experiencing it. And I like the fact that we could jump right in and
Yeah.
not have to. I think you mentioned that in your review
Mhm.
too. You can jump right into the new content, and um, yeah, obviously we remembered a few things, but I don't think it matters a great deal. They recommend playing the first game, obviously,
Mm.
but if you hadn't played it in a while, you can jump into the new stuff and have fun.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think it's really good. They've done very well, yes, in all aspects of that. Absolutely. Yeah, I'm thinking about how that will factor into my games of the year kind of thing because it's not a game, it's a DLC, so I don't know how that will fit in, but I think it'll have to at least get a mention at the end of the year.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, we've had in the past like the Mario Kart DLC bundles
True,
made our
true.
list, and
Yeah, yeah.
I feel like DLC maybe it's like a case by case basis. It depends on the content.
Mhm.
Like, because if this was just Switch 2 edition with some cosmetic upgrades or something, no, it's the same game.
Mm.
Like I reviewed Broken Sword, that was my game of the year when it came to Switch, but it's not going to make my list this year because it was just a Switch 2 edition with mouse controls. Same game. But Dave the Diver, this is all brand new story content, brand
Yeah,
new
yeah.
setting, new characters, new mechanics, and I feel like it'd be too robust to not make a list, and I'm not guaranteeing it's going to make mine because we still have 4 months, left in the year, and
Mhm.
some big games coming out. But I wouldn't be surprised if it made my list. Not at all, because the original made my list, and
Yeah.
honestly, I probably underrated it. In with the benefit of hindsight, so
Yeah. Yeah, it is definitely worth checking out. Yeah, and it's only $10, so yeah, absolutely. If you haven't checked it out, if you're a fan of the original, absolutely get this one. Or get the original, get both. I don't know. It's totally
yeah,
worth it. It's really
definitely.
good. It's really, really fun. It's another one of those games a bit like Cult of the Lamb where it's 2 things in one, isn't it? Like, you've got the restaurant and you've got the diving.
Oh, okay. I'm like, wait, how is it like
Yeah,
Cult of the Lamb?
it's not, but it has the 2 elements. That's
I
the way.
guess it did have that decomposed creature on the beach, which was kind of
Oh,
gross.
yeah, and it sort of it decomposes every night. It sort of decomposes a bit further, which I kinda thought
Yeah.
was a neat little addition. Yeah. There's heaps more characters you'll meet too. There's some really funny ones. There's this CEO type guy who's quite
Oh
funny.
man. Yeah.
Have you
You know
seen
what?
him?
It's funny. He was the one who's like, you want to see this video? And then
Yeah.
he played the video and it was like it was live action.
Yeah,
I
Yes.
was
Yeah.
expecting like a pixel art thing, and I'm
Yeah.
like, "Oh my goodness, this is real video." It's like
Yeah.
it
That's
was
hilarious.
such a surprise, and the guy really looked a lot like his little pixel art
Yeah, he
character.
does, doesn't he? Yeah.
I'm like, "That's so cool." I'm like, feels like I'm
Mm.
going back to like, the '90s when CDs first started coming out and full motion video and
Yeah. It's those little things, like, there's so many little additions that make it just extra special, I think. Yeah. It's really well
yeah.
done. Really well done.
Jen's decorating our little hut now, and
Oh, nice.
I'm like, "Hey," I'm like, "Don't be too worried about decorations. We gotta upgrade our little waiter guy because he's so slow." Like, we got some help in the restaurant, and he's bringing the dish over, and he's like, "Step, step, step." I'm like,
Yeah.
"Hurry, hurry, hurry, it's turning red."
I know, and you're like, "I could just do this way faster on my own," but anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, well, I'm glad you're enjoying it. Thank you for bringing that to our attention. Listeners, let us know if you're playing any of the games that we mentioned: eFootball, The Big Walk, The Adventures of Elliot, or Dave the Diver, or anything else that we've mentioned on the show today, from Cult of the Lamb, Resident Evil to The Elder Scrolls, of course. We'd love to know your thoughts. We'd love to know what you're playing. Trev, did you have any final thoughts before we close things off for the week?
Two things. One, I just thought of when you were talking about that. If a listener is playing the big walk and you'd like to play with us,
Oh, yeah.
the more the merrier. Reach out to us on, well, leave a comment or reach out to us on social, email us. Maybe we can set something up.
That would be
That'd be
fun.
cool.
Yeah, it's a really good
Um,
idea. Hmm.
and my other thing, I know you mentioned you're going to have issues at your comic show,
Mhm.
but if you are a subscriber, you are going to get yours because they have gone to print.
Yes.
Kirk wanted to make sure that everyone knew that. So
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
wait by your mailbox or go to Australia. Your choice.
Yeah, come visit me, and you can get it on Saturday. Yeah. No, very exciting. Looking forward to getting those out to everybody very, very soon. So exciting. So, so cool. But that does bring us to the end of the show. Thank you, Trev, for joining me this week. Thank you, listeners, for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed the show. If you'd like to follow us on social media, you can head on over to Blue Sky, Instagram, or YouTube and see what we're up to over there. If you would like to support us, you can subscribe to the magazine and head on over to patreon.com/Pure Nintendo. Will you get this next issue? Probably not, but maybe. It's worth a try. But you'll definitely get the next one. So sign up and you won't miss out on future issues. So
You can always get back issues too. I mean,
that's true.
it's not
That's true.
not as maybe economical, but it is an option.
Yes, exactly. Yes. Thank you once again. And until next week, game on, everybody. Bye.
See ya.